Hi everyone, this is Dan Julian, nurse practitioner for Danesthetics Medical, and I'm located here in Ottawa, Canada. Today we're talking about a full face evaluation and rejuvenation of a male client. We used 15 syringes and this was done over 2 days. The objective of the video is to show you what type of results to expect when you combine the right products with the right techniques. So let's get into it. It's going to be a good one. So we don't really need to do anything for fillers in the forehead, but whenever we're coming our way down, we are noticing that his eyebrows are a little off. One's a little lower than the other one. And why does that happen? Well, basically this orbital rim here, as we mature, starts opening up, particularly in these two corners. They really open up over here. And what happens is everything kind of like folds inside. And this is the reason why a lot of people have some heaviness as they get a little bit more mature here. And what we can do in order to fix that is we go under. I'm going to bring in Stuart here. And basically what we'll do is I'll go under with a cannula, gently just underneath the muscle, and I'll place a bead of a very thick high G prime filler underneath here. The other thing that I'll do is I'm going to look at his temples and I'm going to fill those. And filling those will provide a little bit more tautness to the skin, further giving more support to the eyebrow. So basically what I'm doing for the temple here is I'm doing a bilamellar approach, which means I take the temporal crest, go up 1 centimeter, up 1 centimeter down, do a shotgun approach right down to the bone, and I'm going to place about 1 syringe total here. Then I'm going to come back out and I'm going to take a medium thickness G prime filler and I'm going to use a cannula and I'm going to fan superficially that product. This is the bilamellar approach, one deep, one a little bit more superficial. And then I'm going to mold it all in and blend it in with my finger, my thumb, and it ends up looking great. The secret is not to overfill a temple. Too often I see overfilled temples and it looks terrible when all they had to do is place a little less product and they would get away with it. The trick is a flat temple or a slight concavity, but you don't want anything more than that. Next, what we're doing is we're going to move our way down and we're going to do the mid-face here and here for this gentleman here. Notice the apex. Basically, if you ever want to know where the apex is for a more masculine face, it's a little bit more medial or in front than compared to a feminizing face. Feminizing face, the apex or the light reflex of maximal light reflex should be right about here. But for the guy or for masculine face, it needs to be a little bit more anterior. And the way I find that out is I make a triangle, corner of the mouth to the tragus, corner of the mouth to the corner of the eye, connects to the tragus, bisect the triangle, and I go 2/3 up. And it's usually right around here. And that's basically where his is. So I start off with a bolus there. Then I'll go ahead and I'll place a cannula nice and deep. I want to hear 2 pops for that cannula to make sure I'm deep. And then after that, I'm going to fill in this area. Now, how far and how much do I fill? I'll take a look at Stuart's face and take a look at my face. There's not too much here, right? It's very flat. So to be honest, you don't want more than 3 millimeters projection for a masculine face. You just want to get rid of the groove, that shadow that we're seeing. We just want to smoothen that out. Now we're going to move down and we're going to do the nasolabial folds. We start off with the piriform fossa, which is basically the corner of the nose here, and I do an injection bolus. Again, a very high G prime filler, and I'm probably going to need about 0.4 on each side in order to give me that nice result. Pull the nose up to create a little bit of a cavity, and then I stay there and it provides a nice lift for that client. So I place 0.4. After that, I'm going to switch products. Same thing as we did with the temple. I'm using now a softer G prime, something you place in the lips, medium G prime. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fan in a little bit of filler here, just along the nasolabial fold. And the way I do that is I take my needle, I bend it, so therefore whenever I place it in, I'm scraping it on the dermis. And again, before I do that, I'm going to aspirate and I'm going to hold it for a good 10 seconds before I start. And I don't want to prime my needle with filler. Therefore, I'm giving myself a realistic expectation of if this is a true aspiration or not. So hold it for 10 seconds, then go ahead and draw your bead. It's going to be retrograde and I'm really trying to hug that upper dermis. Hi everyone, this is Dan Julian, nurse practitioner for Danesthetics Medical Premium Edition. On my free YouTube channel, you've had insight on how I treat patients using advanced filler techniques that I've learned throughout the world. In this paid subscription model, I'm unlocking everything else. Fillers, Botox, fat dissolvers, and in the near future, thread lifts. This is going to be done with live demos and at the same time with my assistants Sarah and Stuart. Your subscription includes an updated tutorial video every other week that only you have access to. Not only that, I'm going to be going live. Yep, I'll be doing live streams on the alternating weeks. So we'll be talking about cases, we can chat together. It's going to be very personable. Now, I understand how expensive these courses can be. Personally, I've invested thousands of dollars, but I'm trying to make this as affordable as possible for all of you. So I'm going to skip the tier system. I'm going to skip the annual membership. It's going to be one membership, $14.99 a month. That's it. Now, these courses don't come with any certifications. These are just my techniques that I'm giving to you. But if you're trying to be the best in your field, knowledge is power. So join me. Let's try something different and make a community out of this. I think you guys are going to really like this and I'm really excited for it. I'll see you soon. The jawline with this gentleman, basically, he's missing a little bit of his masseter muscle. His masseter muscle has weakened a little bit, so we're gonna have to create the illusion of a stronger masseter. And basically my goal is to try and get this projection to match the cheek. So the way I do that, basically, is I place a cannula over here, and I'm going to place and fan filler throughout here in a retrograde motion, and I'm placing beads throughout. And then after that, I'm going to do this technique over here, and I'm going to come from on top and I'm going to do the exact same thing, but this time I'm probably going to be placing most of my beads on the gonial angle and along the mandible itself. And these are the little droplets that I'm doing, and I do both actually. So this is just an example of how I would do it, but basically I do both on each side. One from the top, one from the side, and they overlap each other, and once it's all done, I really take my time and I massage that out. It takes me a good 2 to 3 minutes to knead it to that precise look. All right, the last thing we're going to do is treat the marionette zone, which is beneficial for 3 reasons on this gentleman. First, what it's going to do is relax the DAO muscle, so it's going to give it a little bit of a kick up here. Secondly, he has a little bit of pouching here, and by placing a little bit of volume, what it's going to do is make a smoother transition. We're going to get rid of that speed bump, and it's just going to smooth out completely, and therefore eliminating that casted shadow. And third, what it's going to do is, he doesn't really need it, but by tying in this little jowl here to the chin, we are going to completely tie it in, and it's going to widen the chin a little bit more, causing a more masculine look, and at the same time, it's going to give the illusion of a completely smooth transition jawline. So this is Stuart, and basically what I'm doing here is I'm going to go in with a cannula right here, and I'm going to go superficially, and I'm going to fan in product all here. And remember, I'm placing product here and here, nothing here, but by doing so, it's going to tighten the skin, it's going to provide a little tautness here and here, and in the end, it gives them a nice, smooth look. All right, so let's recap on how we went through 15 syringes. We've done 2 per temple, 1 for each cheek, 1 for each nasolabial fold, and we also did 1 for each marionette zone. Each masseter and gonial angle took about 2.5 as well, for a total of 15 syringes. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's check out some before and after pictures and tie it all in. Until the next time, take care of each other, exercise daily, and please be nice to absolutely everyone. Take care, guys.